Dear colleagues, I am thankful to the organizers of this important World Conference on byproducts of palm trees and their applications to present a glimpse on my bamboo activities. Bamboo serves the needs of more than 1 billion of people. Bamboo, as no other plant, has manifold uses to be transformed into more than 2,000 products. My first contact with bamboo took place in 1951 when the shortage of timber for the coal mining industry in West Germany led to the idea to use bamboo as pit props. Culms were imported from Indonesia as shown by Dendrocalamus giganteus from the Botanical Garden in Bogor. But they failed because the internodes crushed under axial load without emitting any sound as a warning sign for the miners to escape. The following year, 1952, I pioneered the use of electron microscopy at the Institute für Übermikroskopie in Düsseldorf to explore the unknown fine structure of wood. Out of pure curiosity, some leftover bamboo pieces were also put under the microscope to reveal structural details, as here shown by a parenchyma cell, but the photos were put away since there was no real interest in bamboo structures at this time. But much later, these electron micrographs became very useful when, in 1956, an Indian wood preservation expert on an international fact-finding mission visited me at the University of Freiburg to discuss my earlier industrial work on the treatment of spruce. However, he showed little interest to this work since his real concern were details for bamboo preservation. Happily, I showed him these slumbering bamboo electromicrographs from 1951 and 552, and he became very excited and indicated a consultancy since any improved knowledge about bamboo structures might help to treat the bamboo culms against deterioration. So, already the following year, I went to India as an expert of the FAO, the Food and Agriculture Organization of the United Nations, for 4.5 months at the young age of 31 years. For the first time, I saw a real bamboo plant in its natural habitat. My task was to develop methods for the preservation of bamboo culms against deterioration by fungi and insects. Especially the frequently applied sap replacement method, called bushery method, should be improved. This could be achieved by putting a simple air suction cap on the culm end for removing the air before applying pressure. The results became widely known and initiated numerous consultancies, not only on bamboo, but already next year on wood and bamboo preservation in Indonesia, immediately followed by electron microscopical work in Melbourne, Australia. Thus, my bamboo life has started. The following reflections on bamboo activities must necessarily concentrate on a few general areas, such as culm structures, protection, and international cooperation. After several consultancies, a general documentation about bamboo biology, silvics, properties and utilization was published in 1985. For another important monocot, the rattan palms, intensive studies about their structures and properties as well as their fungal deterioration and protection were also initiated. Now let's talk some words about the culm structures. My first studies on the general anatomical structure of bamboo started 1959 in Freiburg with the two bamboo culms brought from the Indian mission. Studies were continued at my following working stations in Munich and in Hamburg, much intensified by the use of the electron microscope. Of the many interesting topics, only a few can be mentioned, like the fine structure of the cell wall, the variability of fibers within a culm, the arrangement of vascular bundles, and their significance for classification. The culm consists of parenchyma and vascular bundles with vessels and phloem surrounded by fiber sheets. The arrangement is expressed by the growth pattern of the culms, either single-stemmed apart from each other in cooler and temperature region as Philostachus, which grows also in our climate. It's a so-called running bamboo, or in dense clumps in warm tropical regions as Guadua and Dendrocalamus. Also, the effect of aging by thickening the cell wall became evident in culms of 1 year and 6 years. The state of knowledge on the anatomy of bamboo culms was documented 1998 in the INBA Technical Report number 18. Bamboo, rattan and palms, all belonging to the monocotyledons, show many similarities in structural aspects defined by vascular bundles and parenchyma. This results in typical property variation of the tissue according to the vascular bundle density and number as well as the age of parenchyma. Looking at the literature on bamboo, rattan and palms, one can learn from each other. My colleague Johannes Welling will have a presentation on the comparison of bamboo and culms. Now let's talk about preservation. Bamboo culms are easily attacked under suitable conditions by insects, especially the termites, by molds, by blue-stain fungi, white rot fungi, and soft rot fungi, as well as bacteria. A number of laboratory studies dealt with the basic factors of degradation of bamboo and the effects of physical and chemical conditions to improve protection. In field tests at various locations, the natural durability in soil contact was tested as well. The good results of the sap replacement treatment in India became widely known and led to a number of consultancies in various countries. Thus, a wider spectrum of applied treatment methods could be critically reviewed and improved. These are the non-chemical methods like storage conditions, clump curing, water storage, boiling, lime washing, traditional smoking, and heat treatment. Great attention was paid to the chemical treatment methods like brushing, spraying, dipping, and especially the ones for longer sustainability as sap replacement and the pressure methods. While being on site, a number of methods could be tested. Of special significance was the further improvement of the sap replacement method by inventing a special cap on the culm end for removing the air before the preservative is pushed in. In cooperation with the Environmental Bamboo Foundation in Bali, the vertical soak diffusion system, VSD, was developed. For its application, all diaphragments of a fresh culm are punched through except the lowest one. The culms are then placed vertically in a basin and filled with the preservative up to the top. The preservative diffuses into the cell wall tissue for a given period of time, after which the lowest internode is punched through as well, so that the preservative will flow out and can be used for the next treatment after adjusting the needed concentration. The Bamboo Preservation Companion from 2003 presents a comprehensive overview. For background knowledge, a general documentation on wood protection in tropical countries was provided in 1992. Now, finally, some words about the international cooperation. The first mission on bamboo preservation in India was followed by many consultancies in about 25 countries. For national and international organizations such as FAO, INBA, ITO, EU, SAS, the Kolping Society. A number of projects were arranged by the GTZ, the German Organization for Technical Cooperation, and the two books published for INBA have already mentioned on bamboo biology, silvics, properties and utilization, 1985, and 1991, a general overview on wood protection in tropical countries. My last projects were conducted 2009 in Thailand, 2010 in Korea, and 2012 as the key lecture at the 70th World Conference in Antwerp, Belgium. The international activities on bamboo, wood structures and preservation were strongly supported by intensive laboratory research in cooperation with colleagues, thesis students, guests from numerous Asian, African and South American countries. They all came to learn and to cooperate, taking home with them knowledge, international contacts and personal memories. About 110 bamboo-related scientific papers and 5 books were published as author or co-author. The last book, 2015, Bamboo, the Plant and Its Uses, contains, with Kim Hong Tang from Vietnam, chapters on structures, properties and uses, the last in cooperation with Johannes Welling. Since I was engaged in various international organizations, 2 examples must suffice. I was instrumental in getting the International Development Research Center, IDRC, from Canada interested in bamboo for the creation of the International Network for Bamboo and Rattan, called INBA, consisting now of 43 member countries. I am sometimes referred as the grandfather of INBA. A similar welcome as the father of bamboo was offered at the consultancy 1999 by the Kolping Society of the Philippines. During my presidency of the International Union of Forest Research Organizations, IUFRO, 1978 to 1981, the activities for bamboo could be much strengthened. A special highlight was the 7th IUFRO World Congress in Kyoto, Japan, 1981, where at a memorial ceremony Philostachus pubescens variatio aurea sulcata was planted by the Prince and the Princess of Japan. Now he is the Emperor. At the age of 92, my passion for bamboo continues with enjoying the international contacts and discussions. Dear colleagues, I thank you very much for your attention and wish you heartily an excellent Congress to learn and to make contacts for further collaboration. I'm glad that my colleague Arno Frühwald will follow with the use of oil palm trunks for wood products. Thank you.